Wow, you got
from
that
the other
bass.
side.
You got that bass.
I know.
You said hello. You changed it.
I'm trying to mix it up a bit for everybody.
Wow, it threw me off a little.
It did?
It
Yeah.
did. I was like, what is this show? Who is this? Is this not the Mystery Files?
I feel like our listeners are probably like, damn, already?
Surprised.
He's switching
Change
it up?
You
I
can't,
love
you can't
the
keep
harmony.
it the same. Or I was like, hello. You went, hello. You made it so scary. It was so ominous.
We've just been doing the show for like quite a minute. I had to change it up a bit.
Wow.
Have we
good.
always started with hello, actually?
We have for a long time, at least, because I've definitely, like, went back to old episodes, and I've definitely heard the hello.
So it just became like a trademark, like
Yeah.
that idea.
I feel like
Okay.
it's a signifier of, like, this is the beginning for us. This is the beginning of the show. I mean, I know hello is literally, like, an introduction.
Yeah.
But, like, it's official.
You know how like RuPaul has like the bring back my girls thing? I feel like
Aw.
hello is our thing, so I
Yes.
gotta like mix it up and find
Bring
like,
back
new ways
my
to say
girls.
hello.
Is
Yeah.
that how she says it?
She'll she'll do stuff like bring back my girls. Or
Bring back my girls.
she goes bring back my girls.
My girls.
Like
Are we Rue's
kinda stuff
girls?
Like that. Like that.
We
that's
can
what
be
I'm trying
Rue's
to do.
girls.
We kind of are already.
We are.
Do you think RuPaul listens to the podcast? We should get her
Oh
on.
my gosh.
That'd
She
be
would
kinda
be
sickening.
so significantly taller than me. Like,
Yeah, and I'm already taller than you.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like the not even the AT&T bars. It's gonna be like the T-Mobile bars or something.
I'm like, hi, Rue. She wouldn't be able to reach our microphones. It'd be too short.
No, exactly. Oh my god, we need to get another guest on here too.
Oh,
we haven't done a guest
I
in
have a
minute.
potential guest for us. I can tell you after
Oh.
the show.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
They offered.
Yeah.
They offered.
Oh, they offered. Oh, people
Yeah.
are wanting to be on the Mystery Files.
Yes.
Okay.
It's someone surprising too. I was like, okay.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not
Is it one of
that-
your cats.
No. It's a human being.
A human being.
She's a stunner.
Oh, it's a she.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
a
excited
she.
to know.
She's a she.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to see what that is.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to the Mystery Files, everybody.
Welcome to the Mystery Files.
We're back. It's
Yes.
episode 57.
Wow. Wow.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at a thing.
I was gonna say, how the
And then
heck do you know that?
It's the 5th episode of season 7.
Numero
We're trucking
five.
along finally.
Trekking.
Getting through.
We are.
Yeah, so it's very exciting stuff. Last week we talked about Tales of Okiku. Is that correct?
Okiku. Yeah, oh my gosh.
Okiku.
I was trying to tell one of my friends the other day the last episode we did, and I was like,
Mhm.
I don't remember what episode it was.
You're like, I don't know. I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
whatever the last one is. Because I was telling them about one of the bits in the episode, but I can't remember what the bit was, and I couldn't remember what the show was when I was trying to, like, the episode was when I was
Yeah.
trying to explain the bit to them. I was like, just look at the last episode. You'll understand.
The bits last episode were so funny. Like,
Oh
you
my
could tell we had
God.
been gone for like a minute.
You're like,
we
I
were
miss you.
on it.
Oh
Like,
my god.
I was listening to it when I posted the episode, like the first 20 minutes, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And I love every second
We're also
of
highly
it.
caffeinated. I feel like I'm in the process of getting caffeinated right now.
Mhm.
Because I got a coffee. We both got coffee.
Yeah. I've been in you already know this, I've been in like an anxious mind state, so I feel just like very calm right
Like,
now.
I
in the
am
presence of the
zen.
show.
Yes, I love it.
The Mystery Files is a safe space.
It is a safe
It's a
space.
safe space for
Speaking
everybody.
of safe spaces that aren't safe,
Mhm.
I already told you the
Yeah.
story, but I want to tell the people listening my
Yeah.
story I told you earlier about the fire.
Oh, the fire?
I
Yeah,
have to
go
tell you
for it.
guys, I'm pretty sure I'm accidentally manifesting things, and I don't want to be manifesting things, especially bad things.
Literally a witch.
But I'm literally a witch. I want to tell you the story. So, basically, recently I've been having this fear of, like, there's going to be a fire, and for whatever reason I have this fear, and I think it's also because I'm watching a firefighter show because I'm bored.
Oh, yeah, the Grey's Anatomy one,
Yeah, the
right?
Grey's Anatomy
spin-off?
spinoff,
Of
because I'm
course.
desperate for any
Great.
Grey's Anatomy vibes. Anyway, watching the firefighter show, scared of fires.
Right.
So, the other day, I was going out and about, and I had told Benjamin to turn off this candle because I knew it was getting low, and it's a pretty small candle. I was like, Benjamin, make sure you blow that candle out before you go to work, so I'm not going to be back for hours. I come back from hours of being away, and he's gone at work for hours. This candle is still lit. It is still blazing in our apartment by itself. We have cats. We have little children in here. He could have killed them, right? We're fine. We're fine. And then I'm calling my sister Stephanie because I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to tell her about this fear of the fire, because she had told me weeks ago that in her apartment in Maryland, it literally caught on fire. Like, not her apartment, but like her building had caught on fire. So now I had this fear. I tell Stephanie that day, I'm really afraid there's going to be a fire, and Benjamin almost started this fire. Right after I tell her that, I go into my nice therapy session. We're vibing, we're chilling, we're having a good, solid time. And we have a little moment where she's like, okay, now we're going to meditate, Tiffany, because we're going to teach you how to relax, right? We're going to teach you how to relax. She tells me, turn off your camera, just listen to this nice meditation, and you get going, girl. I turn off that camera. I'm zen. Blam! I start hearing these fire trucks. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. All the way down the street. And I'm like, holy smokes, they sound so close. Like, is the fire... I'm like, I gotta look out the window to see how close this is, because I hear like 6 fire trucks whizzing by. I look out my window, and there's literally 6 fire trucks in front of my apartment. And guess what? The apartment across from me was literally on fire.
So crazy.
Mid-therapy session after me telling about my fear of fire. I'm like, did I just manifest a whole fire in that building? Everyone lived, but horror.
That's like a modern day like firebender kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want flames to be bursting out of that building. I literally look out the window. They got hoses. They're running into the building. There's smoke. There's like so many fire trucks. And then I hear my like therapy session start again, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I literally like gave up the last minutes of meditation because there's literally a fire outside my building. And then I took my computer and showed her the street and all the stuff, and she's like, oh well, I can understand why you're stressed. So
literally,
yeah,
it's like a therapist can't help you with like witchery.
Yeah,
like there's no like mental clarity for being like a
yeah,
witch.
I can't help that I'm a witch, so just know that I can bend fire and
You're like
a witch.
that. You're like that girl from Firestarter, that movie that came out last year. That
Oh,
little
is that
girl
a Stephen King one?
I don't. Maybe.
Maybe it's not Stephen King. Maybe
I
I
just
just
know it's some little
manifested.
white girl that can make things set on fire with like her mind and
Whoa,
stuff. That's you.
That was literally me.
Honestly.
I kind of see it.
Yeah. Honestly.
I have my flame pants on.
You do.
That's
I got
literal
these hot
flames.
orange pants on too.
We are literally on fire.
Yeah, we kind of coordinated a bit.
We are the flames.
In kind of a way. I come into it.
But yeah, so we got the spooky
Yeah.
vibes already starting with me being a witch. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm just excited for this episode. I just wanted to let you know that I'm a witch starting
Yeah.
off this episode.
We also, so everyone knows too, because we just talked about our outfits, we're back on YouTube now with video.
Yes,
We had to take a little second, but we have that up.
Yeah, so go look at our outfits. Look at my
Yeah.
flame pants and Logan's orange pants because they're like fire.
This beautiful little look I got going on.
It's so
Ready to
cute.
go.
Love.
But yeah, so this week, I know I gave a little hint last week that like it
Okay.
is adjacent to what you talked about, and it still is.
Ooh,
And I don't know if this is something that has crossed your mind of doing on the show, but
Yeah. I'm scared.
and it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay.
It's I feel like we do this a lot, but it's another one that I'm surprised one of us has not gotten it to it sooner. 'Cause
Okay.
It's so fun
Yeah.
and weird.
Ooh, yeah.
So I'm very excited. So
I'm
should
excited.
you give me like a little drum
Yes,
roll?
I can get drummy. You ready?
All right. This week on the Mystery Files, we will be covering the case of the Yokai.
The yokai. I don't know what that is.
Yokai. You
I
don't know
think.
what the Yokai is?
I recognize the name, but I don't know what it is.
So I have a script and everything already planned out, so I don't want to give too much away. But
Okay.
basically, a yokai is a ancient Japanese spirit.
Okay.
For just about like anything. Like they have
Ooh.
like their spirits for just about like anything and how it's like in their entire world. So it is kind of adjacent to what you did.
Okay,
So
a little different.
when you said you were doing like Okiku, I literally was like, when I did research for this, I think Okiku counts as like a yokai type of creature.
Okay.
And I literally was like, please don't actually be an episode about yokai. Please don't be an
No.
episode about yokai.
Oh, they were like perfectly adjacent, and it's nice because now people can get like a better understanding of
Yeah.
the actual yokai. Heck yeah.
So
Great minds.
I think you'll appreciate where I got this from.
Okay.
The inspiration
Mm-hmm.
for this episode is thanks to Garrett Watts. He did that mini decorations episode where he showed all the tiny stuff he had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had a little baby umbrella that was like, he
Oh.
was talking about yokai.
Okay. Was it
And-
from an anime? That
Huh?
was the umbrella from like an anime he was watching, and he said yokai, or is that something different?
No, I think it was like a stylized thing. We're actually going to get into that type of yokai he was talking about, that umbrella thing as well. We're going to
okay.
talk about him.
Yay!
Or
Oh my
her,
god.
or they.
Or they.
So I just thought you'd find that cute. I was like doing the
Aw.
dishes and watching that video, and he started talking about the yokai, and I went,
You went, hey.
this is mine for the Mystery Files. I'm taking this.
I love it. Well, I'm glad that I didn't get into that because now you can really paint the picture for the rest
Yeah.
of the folks out there.
All right, so This first article I'll be taking from for our script is from voipon.com. Voipon. So go check them out as well. They do a lot of stuff on like Japanese like travel guides, interests, destinations, culture. Really great website. So check them out as well. All right. So since the beginning of time, people have always tried to find answers or reasons for those situations or phenomenon in which it was difficult to apply logic for. To explain those things that escaped rational understanding, we've created legends and myths that have lasted for centuries. Stories about characters with extraordinary powers, gods, heroes, and monsters. In Japan, many of these stories feature yokai, a supernatural creature that resides on the border between the known and the unknown.
Creepy. So ominous.
I know. So, a yokai is a mysterious phenomenon beyond human understanding that can only be explained as a supernatural entity. They're part of Japan's tradition and culture, particularly rooted in small towns and villages, where they are passed down from generation to generation. These monsters move across the confusing boundaries between reality and fiction, conviction and disbelief, good and evil. So the yokai are kind of just a mixture of like anything. There's good yokais, there's bad yokais, there's good luck ones, bad luck ones, there's ones that which we'll get into. There's ones that literally serve in a way like no purpose. They just kind of exist.
That's wholesome.
Like, you know, yeah, it's kind of cute that they just kind of go around and do that stuff.
Cute little wholesome guys.
This is like a side thing, but have you ever heard of a show called Yokai Watch?
No, I don't. What is it? Yokai Watch?
Yeah, so it was an anime TV show. It's a kids anime TV show that came out probably by the time we were kind of going out of like that kind of era of cartoons.
Okay.
But it's basically this kid that has a watch that has all like the yokai in it, and he can like summon them and
so
stuff.
it's like similar to Ben 10, but not Ben 10.
Basically, they said, what if we did Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and like Ben 10 in like a mixture thing?
I love that.
But that was also really funny with researching this episode, because when I was looking up Yokai Watch came up so many times.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was such a popular show, I guess.
Is it on anything? I kind of want to watch an episode.
It might be on Disney Plus. It was a Disney XD show.
Oh,
at least in the States it was.
Maybe they're on YouTube. I feel like that would be like a cute, fun thing to put on. Like, is it creepy? Or is it like wholesome yokai?
I think it's like, I've never fully seen it. I've seen like clips. I think it's supposed to be a little more like cutesy, but there's definitely like evil like monsters.
I love that vibe. I want like cutesy horror.
You want your cutesy horror?
I want my cutesy horror.
Yeah, so basically in the dictionary for yokai as well, yokai means a strange creature or phenomenon that cannot be explained by human knowledge or a monster. Like it could be both or it could be either.
Ooh.
Like, so that goes back to the whole like, this thing doesn't have an explanation. It's kind of, they're just like, monster, it's a yokai.
It could be literally anything, love.
Right, exactly. So, in other words, when something strange happens and the human mind can't not understand it, it was said to have been caused by a yokai. Perhaps this may be difficult to understand today, as we live surrounded by technology and have access to any kind of information in just a few seconds. Therefore, to understand the origin of yokai, it's necessary to think about how Japan was like a few centuries ago. Alright, so, imagine yourself in the middle of the night.
Imagining.
On a dimly lit road in a small town lost in rural Japan.
Oh no.
You're in a time when advanced technology does not exist, and the only news source comes from traders coming in from distant cities and from comments and rumors spreading around the region. I feel like I'd kind of like that. Sometimes I kind of wish I didn't have a phone or technology.
Oh, I think I'd be lost without my YouTube videos.
See,
Or music.
Yeah,
I can't even have a CD player.
I love that everything's at, like, my fingertips, but sometimes I'd be lurking and get my own feelings hurt. Like, sometimes I know a little too much information.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd really like to not know anything
I like to not be in the know. But the thing is, I don't know if I'd want to be back that far.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to be in the know a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little. I don't want to, like, wait for some postman to be walking down the street on a random Thursday and be like, here's the news, miss.
Yeah.
Your family's starting a fire.
I guess, like, that's the other thing. You would just have, like, anxiety about stuff. Like, if a city person came in and was like, there's a war, and it's like, the war could have ended 10 years ago.
It's like, okay, bye, Dad. Bye, brother. You're being sent away.
Right, exactly. So,
oh, no.
I don't know. Maybe I just, Should lock my phone away.
It's also giving like Little House on the Prairie, but like Japan.
I get like the intrusive thought of that, of like kind of smashing my phone and going Amish for a little while.
Going Amish.
Like I think it'd be
breaking
funny.
Amish. That's you. Well, then you have to have the dolls with the no face.
Huh?
The dolls with the no face, is that Amish? The Amish dolls? Because
Amish dolls,
they don't put faces on them because something about like souls. I don't remember. Have you seen those dolls? They're so scary.
No.
They make like homemade. Look up Amish dolls for fun.
I'm gonna do it right now.
There's dolls without a face, and they literally give me nightmares.
Okay.
It's something about
Google
like the
search
souls.
of the day.
Does it say? What does
That's
it say about souls?
disgusting.
There's something about souls. Like if they.
I just clicked on images. I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that so
they're
much.
really scary. I need to look up what the lore of that is. It's something about like it will take a soul, or I don't remember exactly, but that's why they don't have faces.
That should be a mini mystery we could do. That could be fun for the TikTok or something.
For the
That could be
TikTok,
slay.
yeah. Someone else tell me about an Amish
Yeah, that is
community,
nuts.
but those dolls are horrifying.
Maybe I won't go.
Don't go Amish. Also, what's the one? What are those horror movies called? What is it? Paranormal Activity. There's like an Amish one. Like
I haven't seen any of the Paranormal Activity movies actually.
Stop it. One. Movie night. Well, I think that's like one of the bad ones, like one of the late ones. Maybe it's called something else. But it's on Hulu. But yeah, you need to watch.
All on Hulu,
you need to watch Paranormal Activity. At least the first one. You'll be traumatized. And the ones called like the marked ones. That one traumatized me for years.
I just feel like it'd be funny to just disappear on you guys for a couple weeks and then just like reappear. I'm just like, hey guys.
People would think you're actually in trouble.
Yeah,
I would be texting
I know
Danielle.
everyone would be so worried about me, but it'd be funny.
We
in the
break our
moment.
Snapchat streak. I need the streak.
Good.
Do you really want to do that?
You need the streak.
Need the streak. So yeah, we're not going back to olden times.
Okay. Anyway, back to rural Japan in ancient times with no technology or Snapchat streaks. So it's a rainy summer night, so quiet that you can hear your own breathing. Suddenly, you feel a breath of cold air on the back of your neck, and something hits your leg, but you turn around and see no one. There is no one else beside you. It's likely nowadays there are some scientific explanations for this phenomenon, but in rural Japan a few hundred years ago, the only way one could deal with such events was to believe in the existence of yokai.
Yokai.
Little by little, these creatures began to become a part of the country's everyday life, tradition, and culture. Today, the belief in yokai is so deeply rooted in Japanese society that they're still the protagonists of some unexplained phenomenon.
That's nuts. So I'm just picturing like an entire society like actively believes in yokai. But it's like weird because if you were to go around today and be like, oh, do you believe in ghosts to like anyone in like the United States, I feel like it would be hit or miss.
Yeah, no, I think it also like we've talked about before on the show. It like also sucks that like I guess like the States is just like such like a melting pot, and like we're not that old of a country in comparison to what Japan is.
Yeah.
And it sucks because we don't have like those deep rooted things
Well,
the same way.
Like I'm kind of bummed we don't have like a fun thing.
You know, we don't get like I don't know if there is one for it, but I'm sure like if it's for anything unexplained, like if a glass breaks in your house, usually we blame it on like a ghost or like a demon or a creature, but like to them like to
those yokai.
people in Japan, like it would be like a yokai creature. Like that's kind of cool.
I feel like this is also reminding me of like fairies, like the fairies that mess with you, like we talked about in the fairy
the evil
episode.
fairies episode.
Yeah, they just kind of
like
mess with you, like little things.
No, exactly.
But like maybe that's our version of yokai, kind of. I mean, I don't know how many people
in a
believe
way,
in fairies.
yeah. I just think like what the yokai bring is just so like interesting too. It's just so like they're so weird and fun and silly. I love it. Which I also think I feel like we've talked about it before. Like, have I showed you Spirited Away, the Studio Ghibli movie?
Oh yeah, we watched it.
Yeah, we watched it together.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those creatures were kind of like yokai related too. You know, like kind of that idea of like.
That makes sense. Like,
you know, just like creatures and things.
They're so cute. Also,
and they were in the spirit world for that too. So it's like.
I've been meaning to embroider. I keep seeing like really cute. Are they called like the soot sprites? The little black. Is that same movie or is that in a different one?
The little the little soot things.
Soot sprites. The little
yeah. Then they're helping the spider.
Guy.
They
like hide in the shadows and scurry out. I keep seeing people embroider them like on the bottom of their jeans, so I might do that.
That would be really
if you want a pair of jeans that you want to have little soot sprites on it, or like a jacket or something.
Ooh, if I thrifted a cute pair of jeans, I probably would.
Yeah, or
cute.
in your back pocket. Stop it. So just let me know.
Okay.
Because that'd be so easy.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, little yokai in your pocket.
All right, so where do Japanese yokai live, and when do they appear? So the origin of yokai is rooted in Shinto principles, including animism and nature worship. Shinto is the oldest religion in Japan, and its name Shinto means the way of the gods. It's based on the worship of the gods, and according to its beliefs, these gods are found everywhere, both in nature and in animate and inanimate beings.
Ooh.
For this reason, yokai are on the border between this world and the other world. Sometimes they reside in natural places that are considered sacred according to Shinto, just like, for example, mountains, forests, and rivers, because they prefer to avoid contact with humans and live in isolation.
Oh.
But there are yokai that live in harmony with our world. An example of this is the Tsusamagami, a type of yokai manifested within tools and typical Japanese items.
That's cool.
Right? Can you just imagine you're just like pulling out like a glass or like a mug or something and like it starts shaking. It's just like, oh, that's just the
That's just little yokai.
Tsusamagami.
He's just in my hammer.
Exactly.
So cute.
As we mentioned before, yokai move between borders, so that's why they like to appear during hours of twilight when you can't yet distinguish day from night. They also enjoy gray days where the sun rays barely filter through the clouds.
Ooh.
You know, kind of just like any way they can keep themselves hidden in any way. So
Yeah.
even today, it's a pretty dreary day. The yokai would be running amok around us because it would also, we've talked about before, I think it kind of reminds me of the like Percy Jackson fog a little bit too, like that idea of just like, it's already a dreary day, you're kind of not like all there, you can't see things like clearly, so it's a perfect day for them to like walks amongst and do their little tricks.
Oh,
you know?
I feel like that definitely reminds me of Soot Sprites though.
Yeah, no, it
Because
definitely does.
they scurry away in the corners or like they appear when like it's just before night. That's very similar. Now I'm gonna look up the lore of that.
Yeah, well, I think
Soot
we
Sprites.
talked. I think during the Evil Fairies episode, there was stuff about Japanese evil fairies, right? The turtle things.
Yes. Oh my
You know
gosh.
what I'm talking about?
Yes. I can see them.
They were called something. Let's see.
Oh, I need to.
Japanese fairy turtles.
Fairy turtles. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I cannot place it in my memory.
Oh, you know what? I think it's something we're gonna talk about later. Wasn't it called like the Kappa or something like that?
That sounds correct.
I think it was on there. I might have given a spoiler for later in this episode.
No, that's half the fun. It's an intro.
Wait, Japanese fairy turtles.
Turtles.
It auto-corrected it to tails, and I was like, no, that's not what I
Say
wanted.
incorrect.
I can't find it, but
That's okay. If anyone's interested,
You
go
know
check
what
out the
I'm talking
fairy
about.
episode.
yeah, check out the Evil Fairies
And
episode
tell us what we're thinking
leave
of.
us a comment so we know.
Go. We're here from the Yokai episode.
All right, so the next portion of this little thing too is the night parade of 100 demons in Japan.
Ooh,
So-
scary.
In Japan, there are numerous legends that speak of yokai parades through the streets of towns and cities called Hyakiyago, which transfers to the night parade of 100 demons. This event usually occurs on warm summer nights and during the Obon, a Buddhist holiday when the spirits of the dead are believed to visit the homes of their living families. According to legends, humans were tricked by the yokai into going out into the streets during those nights.
Oh no.
Like being like, oh yeah, like we're just one of the demons, we're just one of the people like coming to see your family, but in reality, it's a yokai.
Oh.
At that time, these terrifying monsters took the opportunity to kill all of those curious humans who had come to see the macabre parade.
Listen, I was just gonna say, I wonder what happened to the people who walked in the middle of the street.
Well,
Dead.
they died.
Great. Nice to know.
This is like what makes it so interesting. Is like the yokai can be just like so silly and like fun, and then like other times they can be like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, what the
like,
heck?
Like there's literally stories about like certain yokai that are like just hang out with children all day. Like they're not trying to trick them or anything. They just play
Yeah.
with them.
They're
like,
either
just for
cutesy and
fun.
wholesome, or
Yeah.
they're the furthest
Yeah.
away from that.
Like there's yokai that are full of childlike wonder or
Whoa.
will either slash your throat.
I love that we're getting into like more of these like folk lore type cases because it definitely reminds me of like the Hawaiian marchers, like the night marchers, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like, it's very similar, except these are literally demons, and...
Well, I feel like that's the fun of the show, too, is, like, everything kind of comes back to, like, certain cultures influence other cultures, which influences and influences. Like, it's cool to see, where other stuff comes into play.
Like, in addition to that, I don't know if it makes it even scarier, because if all these other places have different variations of the same creepy things happening, that means I feel like the creepy stuff definitely happened, because what are the odds?
Yeah.
All the way across, like, the earth.
Yeah.
That they have, like, these creatures that march at night.
Yeah, like you all have the same like kind of thing. It's like, what's going on
It's
here?
like, why is everyone experiencing this? A different variation of this horrifying thing.
Exactly.
I'm like, it's because it's real.
Exactly.
That's so stinking scary.
Exactly. No, it's like so wild to me. So according to the Shigashu, an ancient encyclopedia of Japan, the Omnijan, historic practitioners and fortune tellers can predict the days when the supernatural event will occur using the Chinese zodiac for the 100 Days of the Demons. And the only way to stay safe during yokai parade nights is to stay locked indoors.
Great.
Like, that's just so crazy to me that they're just like, lock your doors, like,
how did they know? Sorry,
out.
Could you repeat? Does it say like what exactly the nights were, like how they knew what the nights were, or they just heard it?
They can kind of like figure it out. Like, fortune tellers kind of predict the days. Like, they feel the energy of the world, I think, and kind of go.
They feel a shift.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, it's like probably like in the yokai culture, like like the in between where the yokai are. They probably do a lot of preparation for this night. So the fortune tellers, psychics, whatnot, probably go, oh yeah, they all just went to Costco just now and like got a bunch of stuff.
They're
like,
preparing.
You know, they're preparing. And there's probably, you can like feel that energy coming.
Could you imagine being a child at that time and being like, okay, tonight's the night all the demons march, and casually
like,
trying to sleep in your bed?
Door.
Imagine you're like sleeping in your bed and you see like a nice little like twinkle of moonlight, but you watch all these shadows marching out your window, and you're like, if I walked outside right now, I'd be dead. As a child. As a child.
Oh my god, I know.
That'd be so stinking scary.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's so, I could not.
Horrifying.
Yeah, no, it's just, like, funny, because, we're about to get into it after I say this, too, but, some, like, yokai, and we've talked about before in other episodes, like, they're used as, like, ways to, like, get kids to, like, listen and behave. Like, if you don't do this, like, this certain yokai is going to, like, come and get you.
Just like all the Christmas, folklore.
It's just so wild because yokai is so fun, and we get like the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
it's like ours is just death. There's not a cutesy side of our horror.
Yeah, it's just like the boogeyman's just gonna murder you in your sleep if you don't go to bed.
That's
like
just a no for me.
Chill.
Stop trying to kill me.
When I had that comedy interview I told you about, and I mentioned our podcast, they asked how we got into this, and I explained again about just like, I think me and Tiffany watched a little too many messed up things when we were children, and we probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Which just goes back to like just the boogeyman thing.
The boogeyman.
Like, he's evil. He's gonna kill me.
I feel like my biggest fear as a child in terms of like supernatural stuff was Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of the boogeyman. I was horrified of Bloody Mary though. Like I was freaked out. I'm still freaked out. You know, I can't sleep with
Bloody Mary is
mirrors.
creepy.
Mirrors in my bedroom. I can't have them facing me or like in a space that I can look at them at night. That like creeps me out too bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I can.
And that's still my fear. I'm like, I don't care. Someone's gonna look back at me, and it's gonna be Miss Bloody Mary.
I think I hear her now. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop it! I'll throw up. I'm like, there's not a mirror in this room, but I know it.
So now we're gonna get into so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into different types of yokai because they're broken down into different types. And then there's like subgenres, but there's like main types. And then we'll go into like actual cool like yokai creatures too.
They're all cool yokai creatures.
So the first type of yokai is the obake. So the obake is a general term for any creature that can shapeshift into a human form.
Whoa.
Japanese mythology typically shows much respect for the intelligence of animals, and they are often portrayed as having supernatural powers, including the ability to shapeshift. The purpose in shapeshifting is inevitably to play some tricks on humans. Animals that were historically thought to shapeshift included foxes, raccoon dogs, badgers, and cats. Kami demons and plants were also thought to shapeshift. In many obake stories, a demon shapeshifts into a beautiful woman.
Wow.
So Bloody Mary's could be kind of obake to you.
You watch your filthy mouth. Did you say plants can be shapeshifters?
Yeah, like, well, plants have, Danielle told me this before, plants have, like, they feel things and they can like sense your emotions and like energy. So I'm sure that like plays a part in like their ancient like the ancient mythology of yokai, you know, especially because they like all the farming too, like feeling like plants could also be demons or spirits.
That is literally so scary. So you're telling me Children of the Corn was a lot scarier than it should have been? In addition to literally
all
everything,
that corn alive.
The corn was the scariest part of that movie.
Yeah, the corn is actually the scariest part when it comes to life. That.
I can't with you. Okay. I can't.
Grain's a plant, right?
Uh-huh.
So everything that's made with like dough or like bread or anything is all alive. This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
The Jimmy Neutron episode.
Stop it.
With the pizza.
The haunted pizzas?
The pizza with the face, and it starts haunting them.
Yeah.
That's basically a yokai, if you think about it.
You watch your
like, because
filthy
it's a
mouth.
plant, and it probably just had a spirit still in it, and then it like, came to life.
That episode freaked me out really bad when I was little.
That one messed me up real bad,
I think
too.
I have the one on, I have a Nicktoons DVD, and that episode's on that.
Is it? We should watch it. That'd be so fun.
It also has the All Grown Up episode with the ghost kid at the camp. Which is such a good episode. If you haven't watched that episode,
you just unlocked a memory for me. I did not even remember that.
I can let you borrow the DVD if we're not together soon, because you need to watch it right away.
No, yeah, we should watch it. We should watch the Jimmy Neutron one too. I need it.
But yeah, that one literally traumatized me. Haha.
That's crazy.
Yokai.
So the next one is the Tengu. So the Tengu are Japanese bird monsters that often take on human forms as well. As humans, they have huge noses in the old days, so they were feared as terrible creatures that corrupted people. In modern times, Tengu are increasingly viewed as complex characters with a good side. Aww. Oh, like an anti-hero story.
Oh, wow.
They are fierce protectors of sacred Japanese forests and mountains, as much as they are sometimes venerated at Japanese temples or shrines and may perform rituals at Matsuri.
Rituals.
That's so wild to me. Can you just imagine seeing someone like a big nose and being like, "You're a bird, Tengu, Tengu."
That's
Tengu.
So mean.
Now I'm gonna think twice before I go on a date with someone with a big nose. They got
Stop
a honker. I'm gonna be like, "You're a ghost."
So mean. You're a little demon. You're a little demon.
Next time I go on a date and it's a big honker, if the date I'm about to go on is like some guy with a big old honker, I'm gonna be like, you're a spirit.
You just look at his face and you start screaming.
I start crying.
He's like what? Did I do something wrong? Yeah.
I go,
you're a demon.
Right?
Poor guy. He didn't ask for that. He just wanted love.
Exactly. So this is the one I was just talking about a little bit with like the turtle thing, but this is the Kappa. Kappa are river monsters that may have originally been based on Japanese giant salamanders.
Whoa.
They are depicted in myths as drowning people and causing terrible problems. Yeah, that's the evil fairies one. It's
either in the evil fairies one or it also might be in the pirates episode or something.
Oh,
something with that, because like drowning sailors, we've definitely talked about them. I can't place what episode. It might have been the fairies as well, but I recognize that.
No, we definitely talked about it on the show before, because Kappa was the one that I knew about a lot. I was like, oh, duh. However, they also have some good qualities to them, even though they drown people.
Oh my God.
They can speak Japanese and are thought to always keep their word. Okay. Kappa also enjoy a good sumo wrestling match.
Stop it!
You better go see that sumo wrestling match.
Oh my god! When my siblings and I were younger, we used to like put a bunch of pillows and stuff in big shirts and sumo wrestle each other. Mm-hmm. It was so much fun.
That sounds really fun.
Highlight of my childhood.
I used to play Shaolin Showdown with my older brother Tyler, and we would like that? Shaolin Showdown.
Yeah,
it was a Cartoon Network show where like they had like the they'd have like a mythological like type of ancient relic thing that granted you powers.
Whoa!
And in order to get it, you had to like challenge someone to a Shaolin Showdown, and it would be like crazy things like I challenge you to like this kind of game. And when me and him would play, it would be like the floor is lava style.
Oh, okay.
So we'd put like a plushie or something at like the top of this room, and then we'd like run around with like the lava.
That's
and it was
so
just,
fun. Oh my gosh.
It was really fun, but we beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, that's about right.
Like it'd be like where you are right now, I'd like jump and like start punching at him.
I'm surprised we're still alive.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I feel like childhood, you can get pretty aggressive. I was aggressive in childhood because you gotta fight to survive with siblings. You gotta keep fighting to survive.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm sad I never saw that though. I watched other shows on Cartoon Network like
It has
Hole
to
in
be
the
on
Wall.
somewhere.
Was it like similar to like the Hole in the Wall and like those kind of shows like Destroy Build Destroy? Did you ever watch that?
No. This
It was
this
really
was out
different?
like 2004 or 5. Like this is the same era
no.
of Cartoon Network that
That was
like
really good.
yeah.
No, I never saw that or anything.
Shaolin Showdown, great freaking show.
I'll look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, so the myth of Kappa served as a practical purpose as preventing children from drowning in rivers.
Wow.
Parents would tell their kids that if they swam in the river alone, a Kappa will get them. On family picnics by the river, people would throw cucumbers into the river as this was said to satisfy the Kappa. Many dangerous sections of Japanese rivers are still marked with Kappa warning signs to this day.
Weird.
That's really cool.
Then it's gotta be like real then. They wouldn't put signs.
No, not at all.
If it was fake.
I kind of want to show you this picture to kind of do it, and if everyone wants to look as well, this is a art sculpture of what a Kappa looks like.
That is so scary. Oh my gosh.
Like just this like red lizard salamander creature with like long black hair. I kind of love it. It's kind of fierce to me.
I'm kind of scared of it.
I'm in love with him actually.
Oh, he looks like
he should be my boyfriend.
Frog. He looks like he should be on one of the episodes of Goosebumps.
He should. Oh, that'd be a good one.
He kind of looks like was it one where like the parents are like frogs or something? I don't know what I'm thinking of. Or the dad's a frog. I don't remember what.
Oh, the Creepers episode, Jeepers Creepers or whatever.
Maybe
the one where the aliens have to make her put all the eggs in like the oatmeal.
Yes, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. But it literally looks like that, except that's red.
Yeah. I wonder if they had any inspiration with that. 'Cause
that's so cool.
Something.
I'm just horrified they actually have a sculpture of that.
Really?
Yeah, that's so scary.
Right? Isn't it? I think that's cool though, that you walk around like Japan and there's like in small towns like cute art exhibits like that. I kind of love that.
Cute and scary art exhibits.
Yeah. So the next one is the Tsuka Megami, which is the one Garrett talks about on the episode. So the Tsuka Megami are formerly inanimate objects who become animate and self-aware on their 100th birthday.
Whoa.
It is traditionally said that any regular household items such as umbrellas, sandals, futon beds, kitchen utensils become Tsuka if they survive to 100 years of age. Tsuka are thought to have a ghost-like existence and can shapeshift into human form.
You're joking.
Yeah. So the main one is that there is this little umbrella creature that's a Tsuka and it looks like that. Like it just has like an eye on it and legs.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It's adorable and scary at the same time.
I'm in love with them. But you know how I said there's yokais that hang out with kids?
Yeah.
The umbrella's one of them.
Aww.
They like just hang out with kids all day. Like they're not there to cause a ruckus or nothing. Like they're just having fun.
Are you telling me that basically all the things in the Brave Little Toaster are essentially yokai?
Basically.
Because they are, like, taking care of the baby, are they not? Or is that the second one?
If they reach to 100 years, like...
Maybe if they're 100 years old, maybe they thrifted all their stuff.
It's possible, honestly.
Because isn't there a baby, or is that in the second movie?
There's a baby in the first one, I think.
Okay.
Isn't
well, yeah, I don't remember.
I haven't seen The Brave Little Toaster in so long.
I only watch it when I'm really, really sick. So it always feels like a fever dream.
Oh my gosh.
But, yokai.
So the next one is the... I'm going to try to pronounce this. I believe it's the Yamaba. Yamaba. So the Yamaba are a category of character in Japanese myth described as a monstrous old woman with an unkept appearance who lives deep in the mountains. Kind of just sounds like a mountain witch.
Yeah.
They are occasionally ascribed as hideous with features such as a mouth on top of their head. They typically pretend to be kindly old women in order to trick people and do terrible things.
Is that also in a Studio Ghibli movie? I have a very specific person in my head. That, like, older woman with, like, a smaller face. And her mouth is really big.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I don't remember which one that's in, though.
Oh, yeah. She's the owner of the Spirited Away, the house that's there.
Yeah.
She's got the big head.
Yeah.
The big old head.
With the big mouth.
Yeah.
Think she's that?
Yeah, kinda. I think honestly, like, because Spirited Away is based off, like, a lot of, like, Japanese actual, like, spirits and, like, interpretations of them, too.
Love.
The next one is the Kintaro. So Kintaro means literally golden boy.
Aww.
It's amongst Japan's most famous traditional heroes. He is a child of superhuman strength who is raised in the wild and is able to communicate with animals, who are his partners on his adventures. There are countless variations of the Kintaro myth, with some saying he was raised by Yamaba, the witch from before, and others claiming he was raised by a princess.
Oh, how cool.
Right? Isn't that kind of cool? I
Raised by
really
a
like that.
princess. He's gonna be a
Right?
feminist.
Yeah. So the next one is the Roker. Ooh.
Oop.
The Roker. Hold on, I got this.
You got a love.
The Rokuro Kabuki. The
Nailed it.
Rokuro Kabuki.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that.
Kabuki are much like regular humans during the day, but at night their necks become very long.
No.
Or their
no.
heads pop off their bodies and just float around.
Ew, I hate that.
That's it. That's all they give you.
But like,
That's all they give you.
What? Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's easier to like clean at night or just do tasks if your head's popped up or you got a longer neck.
Maybe your head can sleep, but the rest of you keeps moving.
Honestly, it'd probably be nice if someone would like stretch my neck
Like-
out. Like I'd feel good.
With your head completely off your body.
Yeah. No, exactly. I think
like-
I would kind of enjoy that.
Take half your body to the chiropractor, and
You
then your
know.
head can sleep.
Yeah. I could see it for myself. I think it'd be kind of fun.
That's disturbing.
It'd be better than going to a chiropractor.
You're right.
Just pop my head off. So the last type of yokai is the yurei. The yurei is a wide category of yokai that are essentially ghosts, although in most cases they are technically kami. They are spirits who are kept from a peaceful afterlife due to revenge, love,
Yes.
jealousy, hatred, or sorrow.
Ooh.
Historically, yurei were taken very seriously, as it was believed that they could cause disasters, such
Ooh.
as famine and tragedy. In some cases, vast amounts of money were spent to build temples and shrines to appease angry ghosts. Where yokai stories are often half comical, yuri stories tend to be more intense, and they usually are very sad, terrifying, or a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Right.
Great.
So that is the types of yokai. Did you have like a favorite like type that would kind of like be in there?
Let me see. I'm trying to think of my favorites. What was the first one called again?
That one was called the obake. That was the creature who could shapeshift and came from like foxes, raccoon dogs,
I like the
badgers.
shape-shifting one because I feel like that I see stuff similar to that in like pop culture.
Yeah.
I feel like that reminds me of like the X-Files because there's like a shape-shifting person, but I don't think they come from an animal. But like I love the idea of shape-shifting. And then the one with the weird neck, that one just something about that. It's unsettling.
Something just feels good about it. Yeah.
Something unsettling and I like it.
I like how short it is too.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like
so,
why?
there you
Why
go.
is it doing all that? And then of course the yurei because that also reminds me of Miss Okiku. Very similar.
Yeah.
Like the idea of one of the variations of that story because in Okiku there was the one that was she was like very sad about the plate situation. So I feel like her revenge could have been cool if she would have got revenge.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, if those plates would have gotten to 100 years, they'd become a Tsusamagami too.
Why are there so many good ones?
Yeah, right. I think Tsusamagami was my favorite like type of yokai.
Yeah.
Like I really think they're like super fun.
The issue is it's really hard for me to pick favorites because I'm like, but that one's nice and that one's nice.
But that one's cool. But that one's cute. But that one's nice.
But the thing is, I feel like now I want to go to a thrift store and find the oldest thing I could find, and then just wait and see if it becomes alive 100 years later.
You could.
I
mean,
feel
you
like we're
could.
honestly pretty close. If we have something from like the 60s, we're really close to getting 100 years.
Yeah,
right?
you
Like,
just gotta get something from a store and know that it's like dated at that time.
yeah.
I wonder if that applies to clothes too. Do your clothes become alive if they're over like 100 years old? Like, because we thrift a lot, so it's just
Yeah.
like, does that become a thing also?
Stuff from like the early 1900s. I feel like maybe
Yeah.
a book. A book would probably be the easiest thing. Because clothes, it might be hard to find something that
Books
old.
are probably the easiest ones to get. 100%.
I want to know. I feel like we've held books from like the 1800s
Yeah.
or 1900s.
Oh, they've had to. They've had to have.
Now I want to look through everything. I bet there's one thing.
You're gonna go and like look at all your books and be like, "Are you a ghost?"
Tell me. I need to know. Creepy libraries?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe you're thinking of like the in Avatar, the on the back of the turtle, the library thing, or is that the wrong thing? Wait, combining two
I
different
don't think
stories.
it's a library, but it's
The
similar to
library.
it's similar to the one where they find the library in the middle of the woods in Avatar, and it's like
In the middle of the desert.
owl. Yeah,
In the middle of the desert,
the
there's
owl
a
thing.
yeah.
There's a spirit creature there too.
Okay, yeah, I combined two different spirits. I'm combining the creepy little turtle thing, and then I'm combining the other thing.
Yeah, no,
They're
exactly.
living. That's so creepy.
So I'm not gonna go through like all the different types of yokai because there are over. I think when I did research, there's over like 900
Oh my gosh.
or something. I mean, we could do another episode. I just sit there and list every yokai. That'd be so funny.
They should make a cute little yokai cartoon that has different episodes with different yokai.
They do. We
But-
talked about it at the beginning.
I know,
of
but, like-
Yokai Watch.
But is that all of them though? Like,
I think
is
they
it?
get hit on a bunch of them.
But like, is it each episode's a different one?
I think so.
Okay, then I appreciate it.
How many yokai are in Yokai Watch?
But the thing is,
Look
I'm
for ya.
picturing something very specific.
In Yokai Watch, they have 223 yokai they cover.
Okay, we'll give it to
so
them.
they,
We'll give it
they
to
get
them.
like 25% through.
Okay, we'll count it. We'll count it.
So one of the yokai I want to talk about was the Oni. The Oni are the strongest, most violent, and dangerous type of yokai.
Great.
Their appearance is similar to that of an ogre or a demon. Their
Shrek.
body is red, sometimes blue, or green.
Shrek.
They have horns. Shrek's a yokai. He's
Shrek's a
an Oni.
yokai king.
They have horns and fangs and carry an iron mace. It's one of the
Ah.
oldest supernatural beings in the world, and its origin is related to Buddhism. In this religion, the Oni are the guardians of the gates of hell
Great.
and watch over and torture the damned. These yokai are the protagonists of Sesabun, a Japanese holiday celebrated in early February, the day before beginning of spring, according to the lunar calendar. It is believed that on this day, Oni visits Japanese homes to scare them away. Amongst other things, house doors are decorated with dried fish heads and holy branches to keep the Oni away.
Great. So hear me out. Hear me out.
This is what an Oni looks like, by the way.
That's actually horrifying.
I kind of like him. He's kind of hot.
Hear me out. We planned a little trip to Japan, right?
Right.
We somehow
Right.
managed to choose the day in February that like it's supposed to visit, right? We get a cute little Airbnb, right? And we wait.
We don't we just die.
I just want to see if it's
just
real.
die.
I just want to see if it's real because if we get an Airbnb, we can just like get a room inside of a local townhome
Exactly.
in Japan.
Right.
And then we just see what happens. We watch the process of the dead fish on the door.
Right.
I just want to see. I want the vibes.
Yeah, that could be cute for us.
We won't die.
I'd be into it.
We'd make it, hopefully.
fine. Yeah.
We'd be great.
Honestly, the best part of this show is that I can confidently sit here in our recording studio in the safety of your home
Yeah.
and say I can take on all these demons, you know?
Come at me. No,
You know?
I'm not going to say that. I love God. I just invited demons.
I love yokai.
I love... Don't say that.
I love Yokai Watch.
That means you love demons.
I love Yokai Watch.
I love God. I always have to
love
say that.
yokai.
After certain things I say
Yokai,
sometimes,
yokai.
I'm like, Logan, stop. We're gonna summon it. I'm not playing games like this in my house. I love God. Demons don't touch me. Thank you.
Gosh. So this one I'm going to talk about is he's just a silly little
See
guy.
the little silly guy.
His name is Amabi.
Ooh, king.
So Amabi is a three-legged aquatic creature that might be an unlikely contender in the global fight against COVID-19.
Okay.
The first and only recording sighting of an Amabi was documented by a government official in the
Great.
mid-19th century. According to his report, he ventured off into the sea to investigate the source of a strange light. When he approached the light, an Amabi emerged to inform him of a bountiful harvest that would last for 6 years. However, should disease occur, one can keep disease and calamity at bay by simply sharing an image of its likeness with others, which prompted Twitter users in Japan to share images of the Amabi with the hashtag Amabi Challenge. In fact, the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare has even used images of the Amabi in its initial campaign in the fight against the coronavirus. Isn't that wild?
Pardon?
And this is the record that they have of it. It looks like a bird mermaid thing with like
Uh-huh.
long hair and no legs.
That's the most nutty thing. I mean,
I love it.
Is
I
it
love
working?
it so much.
when did they start doing all that? When did they start posting about it?
Huh?
When they start posting about it.
I think, like, towards, like, the beginning of, like, the pandemic, too, like, they were doing it,
They
like,
need to start posting
2020.
it more so we can, like, get it out, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna share a picture of him, too.
oh my god, post it on our story. Everyone's like, what's that? Wait, you should post that as a teaser for this episode.
Post the Amabi for a second?
Yeah, because people are like, what's that? Like, you don't say what
Yeah.
it is. You're like, something that's coming, something good.
Yeah. No, that'd be
It's
cute.
Amabi.
The last one I'm going to talk about, because obviously I can't get to all of them through this episode, sadly, is the Kieran. I love Kieran, so I'm excited. So,
Moist.
the Kieran is a serene and majestic, fire-breathing horned creature, symbolizing
Fire.
purity, justice, and wisdom.
Oh my god, fire.
It is about the size of an adult deer,
Great.
with dragon-like scales all over its flaming body.
That's fun.
I just love as the descriptions go on of different spirits and monsters. It's just like, it looks kind of like this, and they're like, yeah. And then it's completely on fire with
then,
7
like,
eyes.
make it psychotic.
Yeah, no,
Whoa.
exactly. Its origins stem from Chinese mythology, and its powers surpass those of the phoenix-like Ahohu and Tatsu dragon. Interestingly enough, the Japanese word for giraffe also means Kirin. So perhaps because the African animal shares similarities with the Kirin, like horns, scale-like patterned skin.
Okay.
I've never thought of giraffes as
Yeah,
scales.
I don't
but
like to think that.
It's kind of
The pattern is sort of maybe kind of like
and long legs.
Great. Ew.
The Kirin is also the mascot for the Japanese beverage company Kirin. In fact, if you look closely enough at the image of any Kirin product, you'll find the Japanese symbols of Kirin emmed with its flowing mane. The reason I brought that one up is because I feel like you've had to have seen this before.
Yeah, what is that?
That's
that's
Kirin.
it?
That's the Kirin. So it kind of looks like that kind of like lioness, dragon, deer creature. Like I've seen this so many times, like just in like
Restaurants and stuff?
Restaurants, antique stores.
That is
like,
very
online.
familiar. That's so weird.
Yeah, the Kirin's kind of used a lot, even though there's not a lot of background of its history. It's used pretty like a good amount of time.
Now, I heard you mention there's like a beverage. Could we potentially look on Amazon to see if this is something that we could get and try?
Let me look right now. I'll do another Google search of the day.
Google search of the day. I'm curious. It's a Kirin.
We get it shipped to us from Japan, and then it's like international shipping. And
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, Prime, they might like sell it.
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they could. Watch, it says like the shipping is like $50.
I'm like, I just want to try a little sip. Please get me a sip.
Oh, they were
Is it
founded
there?
in 1963, so if they have a bottle old enough,
Old
it
enough.
might become a Kirin. I'm literally looking on
1970,
Amazon right now. This is so dumb. Okay. A Kirin beverage.
Stop.
No
Is it there?
way.
I knew it. Get it. Let me see. Let me see. I want to throw up. Let me see it. Logan LaMaster.
Tiffany.
Is it there?
It's $60 for one bottle.
You're joking. Can I
For
look
a
at
pack, yeah, for a pack it's $300.
it? Imagine for your birthday, we split it.
This one's $273.
Oh
Only
my
5 left in
gosh.
stock.
Is there a website? Why is it so rare?
I don't know, unless they went out of business, but they have a full functioning website. So
Wait, how much is on the website?
They don't have like a delivery on the website. You can be a
Why?
driver for them though if you move to Japan.
Stop. Oh my gosh. Benjamin's cousin just went to Japan. I should have had her pick us one up. She literally came back like
We'll have her
last
go
night.
back. Have her go back.
I go, get back on the plane.
She got back last night. If we would have done the episode on Thursday like we originally wanted, we could have had the drinks by
We
now.
could have. Was it on Thursday or Wednesday?
Oh, I'm so mad.
I go, hey, I know you have a lot of stuff going on in Japan, but can you please get this random drink? Now I'm so mad. Are you sure you can't buy it on the website?
You cannot.
Why not?
I'm sorry.
Is there
You can
another
be a
website?
driver. No, not at the current
Can they just
moment.
drive across the oceans and give us it? Why can't we get it?
Oh my
If we got any
God.
really kind fans out there who want to like gift us something,
Send us some.
Yeah.
I almost cursed on the podcast.
as if
I've
you
never cursed.
you definitely have on the podcast before.
The F word though?
Maybe. Wait,
The
which
F
one?
word? The
I'm like, I don't know what words you said on and off this podcast.
God. Final thoughts?
I want that drink.
Yeah. That's your favorite part?
Yeah, I like the shapeshifters. I like the idea of 100-year-old things turning into creatures.
I feel like I
I
can
like
see
a
that
lot.
happening to a lot, because you have a lot of thrifted stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, my entire apartment would come to life. How stinking cute. Like a cartoon.
You know the building video I've shown you?
Oh,
The singing
I
buildings?
am a building. Yeah.
Don't be racist. I am a
building. No, that's definitely my apartment.
Does that mean any building that's over 100 years old is alive too?
Oh my gosh. Scary.
Do you know how many churches are alive then?
This building's probably 100 years old. This
I'm
building,
scared.
this apartment's renovated, so like does renovation count?
I
Or
think
the
so. As
bones,
long as
the
the
bones.
foundation, if the bones of it are over 100 years old, like you're still the same person,
Yeah.
you know?
What about old people? Dude, what if old people who are above 100 years old just turn
Oh
into
my God.
objects?
It's like reverse.
I love it. Granny's getting turned into
To
a
a
stove.
bobblehead.
I thought you said a bomb. Granny's getting turned into a bomb.
bobblehead. Bomb?
Bomb.
Bomb?
Grandma is turned into a not reindeer because she was over 100 years old this Christmas Eve. And now she is Santa's sleigh because she keeps sleigh on Christmas Eve.
The Kieran are on it.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be kind of
That's
cute.
the giraffe looking things with the scales. We need to make a little TV show. I know you're saying, oh, they have this TV show. I think we would rock it.
What?
Making some funky show
Just
with
a
all this
show?
stuff. Yeah, like a little Santa
the
show.
yokai,
With the
or-
yokai. No, listen, because we had the whole grandma bit, right? We do
Right.
grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah.
She gets old, turns into
Yeah.
whatever the heck she turns into.
Mhm.
But then we can have those the yokai that are like
Yeah.
the scaly looking guys that are like
Right.
deer. Be
course.
the reindeer.
Yeah.
But we just
We
keep
could.
combining as many of them as we can to make it's just a really messed up, fun little
Yeah.
show.
Honestly, I kind of love that. That'd be kind of fun.
We just go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah.
Honestly, if anyone is listening and works in TV or anything, please give me and Tiffany a show.
Come on.
We would slay it
we
down.
are creative.
Please, we're begging you.
The amount of things we've pitched on this podcast.
I just was rejected from a comedy group. I need a
Yes.
win. Give me a win.
I still
Give
don't have a
us
job.
a show.
In case you're wondering,
You still don't have a job.
I have an interview on Monday, but like, if you want to produce something for me, we can do that instead. Please. But yeah, I love this episode. Love the yokai. Love all the little creatures. I want to
Yeah.
watch that show you told me about. I'm going to find it
Mm-hmm.
because that sounds adorable.
It is pretty cute. It's probably in Disney Plus, honestly. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
I'll be looking.
Well, in conclusion, it's unquestionable that the yokai have played a very important role in Japanese society and the cultural development of the country. There are countless yokai, in each with its own story, which for hundreds of years have been passed down from parents to children, from grandparents to grandchildren. Perhaps one day, during a dark and silent Japanese summer night, you'll feel something tapping on your leg and a strange breeze on the back of your neck. You might find a compelling reason. Or maybe it's a mischievous yokai who wants to play with you. Believing in its existence is up to you. And I guess the yokai will forever remain
A mystery.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh, thank you.
Please follow us on Instagram at @themysteryfiles_.
Follow us on the Insta.
Or on the TikTok at the Mystery Files Podcast. We're probably going to post some little cute
Yes.
clips from this. And
We
also we're
will.
back on YouTube, so you can
Check
watch
us
this
out.
now.
Yes, we got a video this time because I have
Yes.
space on my computer now.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
So we will see you guys next week for Tiffany's case. We'll
Be
be
there.
back at it.
Be there, be square.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.